Hi, it's Ron Brown with your Being Truly Well Minutes for today. And today I want to talk about something very important. It's time. It is time for you to stop making excuses. It is time for you to start taking action steps. A child does not learn how to walk without first trying to pull himself up, lean against a coffee table, wobble a little bit, and fall down a few times. And then take these steps, fall down, and maybe even land on his face. But then, as he continues to try, he walks towards something that he truly desires, his mama or his daddy. And he walks toward a toy that they're holding, going, here, here. And there's a valuable life lesson in that. What motivates you? What gets you going? Are you passionate about it? Are you truly, in every permeated part of your body, wanting something? If not, you're what I call numb. Numb. You don't feel. You're going through life, and you're just constantly just going through motions. That's not a life to live, is it? Some of you say, well, I've got to wait until, if only this could happen, and if only that could happen, if only this, if only that. Let me tell you what if only is. If only is inadequate faith on the next level of yearning. Yeah, that's my own made-up little story of what it stands for. Let's hear that one more time. Inadequate faith on the next level of yearning. You don't have enough within you to believe firmly, without any doubt, of what you're passionate about, what you're walking toward as that baby would walk to his mama or his daddy because they love them, or because they're shaking their favorite toy, or they have something they want, like their sipper cup. You know, you need your little sipper cup being waved in front of you. And to do that, you need goals. There's a guy, Jim Rohn. He passed away in 2010. And he was a truly amazing speaker. I've heard some of his work in the past, and I actually spent some time looking at some videos on him yesterday. One of the things I'm trying to do in my life is to always learn from mentors. You never have enough knowledge. You never have enough ability within yourself to do everything you need to do. So you always have to find sources to feed you, whether it's food or it's exercise or it's words that are of inspiration. You need a lot of things to get you moving. And so I was listening to Jim Rohn, and I heard him talk about goal setting. He said you should write down 50 things that you want to do, that you want to have, that you want to be in the next 10 years. Write them out. 50 things. That's a lot, isn't it? He said, don't worry about it, how you're going to get it. Just write it. And then talk about what it's going to mean to your life. Oh, what a joy and blessing that was. He says, if you don't have goals, if you don't have things that you're striving toward, then you're going nowhere. And the one thing I am telling you is if only this, if only that. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's inadequate faith on the next level of yearning. And you need to yearn from within, to truly desire. Have you ever had a guy or a girl that you were attracted to that you just were too shy to ask them out? And yet you said, oh, if they were my girlfriend, boyfriend, oh, it would just be so wonderful because they're such an amazing person. They're such a beautiful person. It would be nice to hold them in my arms, to taste their kiss, to be with them. That's a yearning. But if you don't have the belief in yourself to take the action steps to ask them out, then all it is lust. And lust leads to nothing but disappointment. Yeah, think about that one. That's some pretty deep stuff. So have you lusted or have you yearned? There's a big difference. Lust will sit there and just fantasize. Yearning will truly move you forward toward what you're looking for. Like that child learning to take those steps. And we are given only 24 hours per day. We're given 60 minutes per hour. And we're given that every day of our lives. What are you accountable for that? If you had to give it a full account for what you've done with the 24 every day, would you be able to do it in all honesty? Or would you have a double set of books in accounting? One that's honest and one that you're fooling yourself with? Think about that. You know, a lot of you have worked in companies where you have to turn in receipts for things that you've done. Miles you've driven, showing receipts for hotels you've stayed in. And you have to report that information accurately. Well, I want you to start doing that in your life. Keep a daily journal. And in that journal, account for what you've done the day before. If you do that as part of your daily journal, and say, okay, today I achieved this. I slept until 5 a.m. Got up, I shaved, I took a shower. And then I went for a jog. And when I came back, while I was jogging, I thought about, what I was going to be doing that day. Organizing it in my head so I could have a nice flow to what I was going to do. Then I came back and I took another shower again to rinse myself clean of my perspiring nature. Then I got dressed and went to the office, and I spent this time doing this and this and this. And then when I was done on the way home, I sat in a chair and watched TV. Well, if you account for your day, where is time that you truly were not responsible for what you were given? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with TV. I'm a TV addict myself, have been since I was a little kid. But what I've been trying to do is to, instead of watching just mindless television, and there is so much good stuff out there, but there's also some mindless stuff. The Jerry Springer show. Come on. What does that profit? What does that bring to your balance sheet of life? I do enjoy some shows that make me laugh, some comedies, some sitcoms. I love the show Two Broke Girls, for example, which is about two girls that are struggling to make it. But the one girl has a dream they're going to have this cupcake business. She keeps talking about how she graduated from Wharton. And that makes me smile because my mentor at one of my jobs I had graduated from Wharton School of Business. So I always watch that show because it reminds me of him. Adam, thank you for all the inspiration you've given me over the years and mentorship. So what is your motivation? What do you spend that time on? If it's something, they're yearning to get this cupcake business going, and it's all about their trying, and they have, setbacks, and they're trying, and they have setbacks, and a lot of comedy ensues. But they're always looking toward their goal. And at the end of the show, they always say, cha-ching, they have this much money toward their $250,000. I love that about that show. And it's amazing that they have that. I find that a wonderful gift to me. And maybe others don't see it that way, but I do. It's a person making steps forward, even if they're hilarious ones. But what are you accountable for in your life? Are you truly spending and accounting for in your balance sheet of life for the things that you're doing each day? Because each day does matter. If you waste days, and I'm not saying there isn't a day where you can go on vacation and relax, but every day you should spend time with you inside meditating, listening quietly, doing deep breaths, and hearing your connection to your passion, your desire. For if a child stops trying to take those steps to walk, he's never going to make it, or she's never going to make it across the room to where they're supposed to be. And I'm not going to give you any quotes today, except that you need to truly desire one major thing: yourself. And if you're not accountable for yourself, don't expect anybody else to do it for you, or to be the one. Maybe some of you are suffering from this. We have a fear of success, and so we don't take action. or a fear of failure. So it's better not to do anything than to try and fail. So much of the most successful men and women in the world have tried and tried and tried before success. J.K. Rowling's got turned down so many times by publishers for the Harry Potter book series. And yet, she knew if it got published, it would be a major success. And that the name Harry Potter would be heard by every child around the world. It is. She never stopped believing in herself. She never said to herself, if only I could find a publisher. No, never came in her mind. Because she didn't have an adequate faith on the next level of yearning. She had that desirous yearning within herself. So I want you to think about that today. Are you living with inadequate faith on the next level of yearning? If only, if only, if only. Stop it. You know, and I think of Yoda. He said the most powerful thing in any film I've ever seen. Do or do not. There is no try. Are you constantly getting yourself in a mindset of if only and try? Or are you allowing yourself to see yourself as completing these things? If you see yourself in them as a completion, in a vision board or in your written goals, and you every day are journaling your way, you're going to make it. You will be in a different place down the road. Each day, you'll become closer and closer. You say, but Ron, I'm still living in the same place. I'm still working for the same company. You know, I heard Ayanna Van Sant say, job means just over broke. I love that quote. Oopsie, I quoted, and I wasn't going to do that today. But I love when she said that on the life classes. She quoted an author who wrote that in a book, and I'm sorry, I'll have to remember that and mention that another day. But this guy wrote that just over broke is a job. Don't think of it as a job. What's a career? What do I want? Where am I going? What's my passion? And live it. Permeate it through every cell. This is Ron Brown with your Being Truly Well Minutes. Kind of deep for a Monday, but I want you to really wake up. Smell the coffee of life. Taste it. Know it's good. You know, when you hear the sound of the coffee machine, and you smell that wonderful aroma of coffee, and if you're not a coffee person, maybe it's tea. But that very scent, you take it in and you know before you even take that first sip what you're going to experience. That's how you should be with your life. Hear your coffee machine going off in your mind of where you're heading with these goals that you're moving toward every day. Have a clearly defined roadmap. If you don't have a map for your life written out, you're not going anywhere. How will you know when you get there? How do you know when you're stuck on the side of the road? These are important things. Don't waste another day. It's Ron Brown with your Being Truly Well Minutes. Thanks. See you tomorrow.